ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, March the 29th. And it looks like March the 29th is going to be a little quieter than March the 28th. It's cloudy this morning as we look out over the Skycam network at Demopolis. And it's also cloudy as we look out over the Skycam at Clanton. So it's a cloudy morning to start the day after all the storms that we had yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon and early evening. On the surface map this morning, things are a little less complex in the southeast, but we still have a rather complex low moving up through the Ohio River Valley and headed up into the northeastern United States at 500 millibars. Our closed low is finally kicking out, and boy, that front that it brought through yesterday, it just took it forever seems like for the front to move through. Temperatures a little bit chillier than we saw yesterday, still pretty warm along the Southeast U.S. coast from North Florida up to the Virginia coast there with temperatures in the 60s this morning. Across central Alabama, we're generally in the lower and mid 40s this morning, so kind of a cool spot there at Muscle Shoals at 41, so much cooler than we've seen over the last several days. The weather's settling down a little bit, but we still have wind advisories. It's going to be a breezy day across the southeastern U.S., right behind that low pressure area, and of course we're still watching all the winter weather up over the northwestern and north central United States. On the QPF, we're looking at another wet pattern coming up for this coming week, especially for Tuesday and again I guess late Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to be another stormy week coming up here. The Storm Prediction Center outlooking day 3. And let's see, this is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday, so there's the outlook for that one along the Gulf Coast. Now, let's get to the 06Z GFS model run, and this is the 500 millibar pattern for Monday at midday, and we're going to have a beautiful Monday, good ridge between the two troughs, the one that's exiting now, and then the one coming in from the central Rockies, and that should keep us high and dry and very nice. Temperatures getting up into the lower 70s. On Tuesday, here comes that trough out of the central Rockies, and that should be dragging a low a little further away from us this time, but dragging the front down through Memphis at midday, and that brings us into rain probably in the latter part of the day. That one moves through fairly quickly, even though the low heads up into Canada, and that should dry us out for Wednesday. I think probably it'll be a situation where the morning we'll still see some clouds, and then we become partly cloudy by afternoon. On Thursday, another short wave digs through very quickly. The pattern is very, very fast right at the moment, and that creates another surface low in the vicinity of Little Rock. And that's going to keep us wet as we head into Thursday. Once again, though, these systems move along pretty quickly. That system moves up into western Pennsylvania and the eastern Great Lakes and drags that front off into the Atlantic and clears us out from the rain anyway. We may still see some lingering clouds. We probably got a day Saturday that's going to be a little bit of a transition as the next one comes in out of the southern Rockies, and that probably will be a little bit moisture starved, at least initially, and probably not expecting rain until probably late in the day on Saturday or into Saturday evening. And then Sunday, here it comes, and that means that we're going to have, here comes the trough, and that means that we should have a fairly wet day in store for us on Sunday, and it could be a bit stormy there. With a good deal of rain. So certainly a very active weather pattern. And going out into the future, we're going to stay kind of wet here. Voodoo Land is looking, we're not seeing any really strong cold air, although on Sunday and Monday we may see some colder air. But as we get out further into Voodoo, we go into a bit of a zonal flow pattern with these short waves going through it. This is Wednesday, the 8th. This is the 10th, and once again, a zonal flow pattern, which is going to keep a front stalled over the area, and that could keep us in a rather wet pattern. And the zonal flow pattern with these short waves moving through it continues through the 13th. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this Sunday, March 29th. Hope that you have a great Sunday, and Godspeed. Weather.